Hey folks, I have here some Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote loads. These particular loads are 12 gauge. They're 3-inch loads. They're lead BBs. There is an ounce and a half of them, and they are moving at 1,300 feet per second. So the box here says that these are best with an improved cylinder or modified choke. Well, I'm not going to use either one of those. I'm going to use a Kicks 665 turkey choke and a dead deer buckshot choke for these. Maybe later on we'll revisit it with a modified improved cylinder, but I'm going to use what I would normally use for turkey hunting or deer hunting, because these are coyote loads and those would be the two guns that I would be using. So speaking of the guns, let's go check out the shotguns before we go run to the range and shoot them. Alright, we have here the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote loads, lead BBs, and we have the two shotguns that we're going to be using for this test. We have the Remington 870. It's a Super Magnum with a Kicks 665 choke. And we have the Winchester Ranger. It is a 3-inch gun. It has a custom paint job on it that I put on it when I was about 12 years old. And it has a dead deer buckshot choke in it. So let's take them down to the range and see what we get. I have here my Winchester Ranger, my model 120. It has a dead deer choke on it, and this choke is closest to an extra full choke. And we have here our Hornady BB Coyote loads, 3-inch shells with 1.5 ounces of shot. And we have a turkey target down here at 30 yards. Let's see how it patterns. Alright, let's see what we got. This is the target that I shot out of the Winchester Ranger with the dead deer choke on it. This around this turkey is a 10-inch circle. In this 10-inch circle we have 23 pellets. So that's just shy of a third of the load at 30 yards. I have to admit the BBs aren't something I shoot a lot of, but a third of the load in a 10-inch circle seems like a pretty good load. Seems like Mr. Coyote would feel that. Here my Remington 870. It's a Super Magnum and it has a Kicks 665 choke on it. And we're going to be doing some more testing with the Hornady Magnum Coyote loads. And we're at 30 yards shooting a turkey target. Even though in the jurisdiction I live in, BBs are legal for spring gobbler season, but it makes for a good target. That smells good. That smells almost like buckshot. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so here we have the target for the Hornady Magnum Coyote loads. The BBs, they had 1.5 ounces of shot in them, and they were 3-inch shells from the 12 gauge. The Remington 870 in this case, with the Kicks 665 choke on it. Now, this didn't do as good as the Winchester with the dead deer choke on it. We have the 10-inch circle. We have 17 of 75 pellets in the 10-inch circle. So we have a little over 20%. But the one thing I do like about this is this hit point of aim with 3 pellets. A nice tight triangle. That was my point of aim. So I think I would use the Winchester with the dead deer choke over the Remington with the 870 with this particular load. The Winchester with this load with the Hornady Magnum Coyote, I mean, it got 1/3 of the pellets in the 10-inch circle, so you can't beat that density. So when I was a boy, I can remember the old time hunters using lead BBs for everything. They used them for turkey hunting, they used them for goose hunting, they used them for deer hunting, they used them for everything. I mean, we live in the southeast, the deer aren't huge. I imagine these BBs would roll a little doe with no trouble at all. A little scrub buck or something like that, as long as the distance were kept close. Of course, nowadays we don't use shotguns much for deer hunting anymore, and when I do, I use number 4 buck mostly. And in their jurisdiction, lead BBs are illegal for turkey hunting in the spring, so you could use it for a fall load, I reckon. And then, of course, you can't goose hunt with lead no more. So the BBs kind of disappeared from around here until here recently. Last deer season, I seen a box of lead BBs at the local hardware store. So got me thinking. I want to check them out, and so we've checked them out now, and we're going to do some more checking out on them. We're going to check them with different guns and different chokes. We're going to test them different ways, and because I believe we might have something here that would be a good run the farm summer type load for the shotgun in the truck. So we have the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote targets back here up on the table, and as far as these two shotguns and these two chokes, we have the 870 with the Kicks 665 choke, and we have the Winchester Ranger with the dead deer buckshot choke. The buckshot choke is the clear winner here. We have far more pellets in the 10-inch circle. We have 25 pellets, which is a third of the load, and a 10-inch circle at 30 yards. Whereas with the 870, we have, I think it was 17 pellets and a 10-inch circle at 30 yards. And being that they're 3-inch shells, and that's a 3-inch gun up there, I would definitely use the Heavy Magnum Coyotes with the Winchester Ranger and the dead deer buckshot choke. Well, the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote loads did pretty good in the Winchester with the dead deer buckshot choke in it. It did alright in the with the turkey choke, but not nearly as good as the dead deer choke. Either one of them would have took the old coyote out. But I did, however, like the way that the Remington hit point of aim with them 3 in that triangle shape. Now that was, if it would do that over and over again, that wouldn't be bad. But I think I would hunt with the Winchester, with the deer choke. But like I said in the beginning, we may revisit this Heavy Magnum Coyote load with the modified and improved cylinder chokes, like the box recommended. So until next time, y'all stay safe in the coyote woods, and God bless.